The LAPD spent hours searching the Hollywood Hills home of star singer David. Detectives removing multiple items from the home overnight, including a computer.
Obviously, with the stuff that's happened in the past 24 hours, I realized that, they're now real, and some people have come out to me and told me that, it was true.
Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes.
David didn't just pack his bags and leave. He grabbed his PlayStation, wiped his Discord cleaner than a crime scene, and vanished faster than his streaming career. And honestly, the timing couldn't be more suspicious if he tried. So here's what went down. Remember that Hollywood Hills mansion where David was living it up, making TikToks and allegedly hiding an underage girl? Yeah, well, the landlord just spilled the tea and it's scorching hot. Madden, the landlord, told the Daily Mail that David's manager, Josh Marshall, suddenly wanted out of their $20,000 a month lease. Not next month, not when it's convenient, right frickin' now. And get this, they signed that lease in February 2024, and by April, Celeste was first reported missing.
David's manager, Josh, was actually the one whose name is on this rental property, so he's the one who broke the lease, and according to my sources, it seems like David is likely going to be dropped by not just his manager in the near future, but by his record label too.
Coincidence? In this economy, I don't think so. But wait, it gets worse. The homeowner had no clue David was even living there. He thought it was just the manager renting the place. Imagine finding out your property was the backdrop for a potential murder investigation through a Google alert. That's like discovering your Airbnb was used for a meth lab through Yelp reviews. Anyway, the LAPD raided the house on September 17th, and within days, moving trucks were rolling up like it was Black Friday at U-Haul. They didn't just break the lease, they shattered it into a million pieces and scattered it like evidence. Because, of course, nothing says I'm innocent quite like fleeing the scene. Now David's team is spinning this like he's the victim. Oh, he got doxxed. Oh, the paparazzi are camping outside. Bro, you had a dead body in your trunk. The paparazzi are the least of your problems right now. And can we talk about Josh Marshall for a second? This manager was living in the same house where David was allegedly keeping Celeste. There's no way, and I mean zero chance, that this man didn't know about a 15-year-old girl hanging around. Because it's not like she was trying to lay low either. She was posting Instagram stories, getting tattoos, and apparently calling herself David's girlfriend. And speaking of tattoos, remember that story about the tattoo artist who refused to ink Celeste because she looked 13? That artist, Jay from San Bernardino, straight up told David she looked like a child, I need ID. And instead of producing an ID like a normal person, David got annoyed and told Celeste to hide in the bedroom while he streamed. Red flags don't get redder than that, folks. But back to David's current situation, because this is where it's getting absolutely unhinged. While all of this is going down, David is still online, not laying low, not consulting lawyers, playing Fortnite. This man had federal investigators searching through his house like it's a crime scene from CSI, and he's out here building virtual forts. So if this is true, the audacity is actually impressive in the most disturbing way possible, because this information comes from Reddit detectives, and God bless them. They tracked his Fortnite activity and found multiple matches of casual reload mode, which, like I said, if that's true, it's not just tone deaf, that's playing the violin while the Titanic sinks, except the violin is a controller and the Titanic is his entire life. Because at this point, man seems more worried about his KD ratio while his career burns down around him. And let's address the elephant in the room. Why hasn't he been arrested yet? Literally everyone's asking the same question. The truth is, the LAPD isn't playing games. They're building a case so airtight that even David's expensive lawyers won't be able to poke holes in it. See, having a body in your car isn't automatically a murder charge. Shocking, I know. The police need to prove cause of death, establish a timeline, and connect every single dot. Celeste's body was so decomposed that they couldn't determine how she died. Without that, any decent lawyer could spin a dozen different stories on what really happened. Casey Anthony walked free because they couldn't prove cause of death, even with her daughter's body supposedly in her car trunk. The LAPD remembers that disaster, and they're not about to let David slip through the cracks on a technicality. But while the police build their case, David's digital footprint is getting scrubbed harder than a hospital floor. His Discord moderators were literally discussing how to purge evidence. Not hide it, not delete it quietly, purge it. Like they're running some kind of criminal enterprise instead of a fan server for a TikTok musician. This is probably because the Discord logs are absolutely disgusting. Jokes about liking kids, conversations about purging messages, and moderators claiming they had no idea Celeste was underage. These people saw a girl who looked 13, heard her called David's girlfriend, and thought, this seems fine. The willful ignorance is staggering. And now they're all scrambling. Moji, one of the Discord moderators, is getting called out left and right. His friends are posting damage control statements like he didn't know, he's moved on with his life, he's dating someone in her 20s now. The fact that they have to specify the age of his current girlfriend tells you everything you need to know. Meanwhile, David hired Blair Burke, one of California's top defense attorneys. This isn't a public defender or some strip mall lawyer. This is the kind of attorney you hire when you're preparing for the fight of your life. The kind who charges more per hour than most people make in a month. But now, moving on to something even crazier is the fact that David's music is breaking streaming records. Romantic Homicide is climbing the charts again, not because it's good, but because people are looking for clues. They're analyzing lyrics like it's the Da Vinci Code, searching for hidden confessions in his auto-tuned vocals. The song literally talks about carving notes into bloody arms and throwing bodies in car trunks. So either David's the world's most prophetic songwriter, or he was dry snitching on himself this entire time. And honestly, both options are equally disturbing. Not to mention his label, Interscope, has gone radio silent. No statements, no support, no nothing. They've pulled all marketing and promotions faster than you can say liability, and when a major label drops you like a hot potato, you know you're cooked. They don't just abandon $1 million investments unless the writing's on the wall in permanent marker. But the most twisted part is that David's streaming numbers are higher than ever. Death and controversy sell, and apparently so does being a suspected murderer. He's making money off the same tragedy that destroyed Celeste's family. The irony is so dark it's actually disturbing. And let's not forget about the real victim here, Celeste, a 15-year-old who should be worried about homework and high school drama not decomposing in the trunk of a Tesla. Her brother Matthew is fighting back tears in interviews while David plays video games. The contrast is nauseating. Her family even had to set up a GoFundMe for funeral expenses while David's breaking streaming records, and she's getting buried while he's getting richer. So if that doesn't make your stomach turn, maybe check your pulse. Now, despite all of this, the investigation is far from over. Police are interviewing everyone in David's circle, from his manager to his Discord moderators to random people who attended his house parties. They're building a web so complex that when it finally closes, nobody's escaping. And when that arrest finally comes, not if, when, it's going to be spectacular. Federal charges, multiple counts, conspiracy charges for everyone who helped cover it up. This isn't going to be a simple murder case. This is going to be a RICO level takedown of everyone who enabled this nightmare. David thought he could run. Thought he could delete evidence and play Fortnite until it all blew over, but the internet never forgets, and neither does the FBI. Every Discord message, every deleted post, every stream, it's all evidence now. So he didn't just try flee a house, he fled from accountability, from justice, from the consequences of his actions. But you can't outrun federal investigators, and you definitely can't respawn in real life. And so the house he fled might be empty, but the mess he left behind isn't going anywhere. And when the truth finally catches up to David, no glitch, no respawn, no cheat code is going to save him. But let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen to David, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.